a lot of people, they don't like me.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and
I haven't seen that. I think generally people got a good
Yeah.
thing. People think good things about you.
sometimes I think I'm doing better. I'm like trying to make myself be a much nicer person to like.
That's good to force yourself to do.
Yeah, because like I was talking to my friends the other day. They're like, Mike, you used to be a huge bully.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, I was a big bully, dude.
Yeah.
I was
You're a mean dude.
I am very mean. And like, yeah,
Got some edge.
they're like, yeah, you used to be a big bully. I'm like, no, I wasn't.
You used to punch down like at short people.
Physically, yes. They're like, I wasn't like that much of a bully. They're like, you punched George Krepak in the stomach, and then he fell on the ground, and you threw a rolling chair on top of him.
I want to see what this kid looks like. Is this a fair fight?
Let me tell you, he deserved it, 100%.
What did he do?
He was just talking. He was just
Doesn't sound like it.
He was just
Doesn't sound like-
annoying me.
Somebody's annoying you, dude. You use your words. That's what you're doing now, though.
Dude, I tried.
What'd you try?
I tried. I'm like, hey, stop it, George.
Hey, shut up, George.
Yeah, I feel bad about it. He's not all there.
Okay, well, this changes a lot of things. How not there is he?
Nah, he's like almost there.
Was he in your classes or was he in a different class?
He was in
than
my
you?
class.
That could mean a lot of things.
Like
actually.
business class, or
Oh, he was at the.
he was in my actual class, 6th grade.
6th grade.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was a young boy. I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, you just wanted to fight.
I just wanted to hurt other people who couldn't hurt me.
Wow, what a coward! Dude.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It'd be cool if you bullied people that like bullied other people, but you
Yeah.
bullied people who
Well, I was too busy getting bullied
We're weak.
by those people.
and below
Well,
you.
I was getting, so it was like a line. It was a chain of events.
So you're like, man, I can't take out my aggression on the people who deserve it. George,
Yeah, come here.
come here.
Come here.
He's like, hey, I know Mike. Mike's cool. He's down on
Yeah.
the. You punch him in the stomach.
Okay,
and then
okay. No, he was purposely trying to irritate me any chance that the guy got.
Classic George.
Classic George. But now he's doing good. He's taking a lot of drugs.
Oh, good.
He's taking a lot of drugs.
Sounds like you've made a great impact on his life.
Yeah,
I'm sure
yeah.
that you remembering beating him up in 6th grade, I'm sure he doesn't think about that or remember that at
No.
all. Or it didn't affect his life too
Probably
bad.
not. No, like
It's
I
probably
said,
his parents' divorce is what did it.
what do you think I was doing it?
Hey, man, I heard your parents are getting divorced. Stop,
Loser.
stop hounding me on the field.
Yeah. So no, I'm getting better. I'm trying to get to be a nice personal person. I think I'm there.
That's great, man. It's great to have something you're working on, even if it's just not being a bully.
Yeah, just not being a meanie.
Sometimes it's just the basics, man. I'm trying to get back to basics, dude. Just being a good guy, starting off 2020. Being a good guy sounds easy, doesn't it?
It sounds like a very easy.
Oh, you go in the world, you just be a good guy.
Dude, just be a good guy.
Just be a good guy.
You have any idea?
Do you know what you're asking of me?
I'm a slumdog, and I want to be a millionaire.
Oh, man.
There's no way I can be just a nice little boy.
It's not as easy as it sounds, man. You try to live in this world and be just a nice guy, the world's going to harden you up. You're going to have
Yeah.
people like you fighting
It's
you.
me, dude, coming in hot,
A bully.
twisting your nipples, making you squeal, uncle.
And once you squeal in front of your class, there's no ass after that.
Nah, you're just a little piggy boy, dude.
That's how they know you. Oh, little piggy squeal boy. Then you end up doing hella drugs and your parents get divorced,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Hey, my cousin, he got his parents divorced because he just got purple nurples every day at school.
Dude, that'll break up a marriage like nobody's business. Your
Happens
kid's just getting...
quick.
Dude, do you know that our son is... Have you seen his nipples?
You see how tender they are?
What was his name? You know
George?
was it George who got the purple nurples?
Yeah, I didn't do that. I wasn't touching kids' nips.
Those were friends that I suggested that maybe
Yeah.
they did that. I never touched him.
But yeah, so we've doing this for a little bit.
This podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We've been doing this for almost a year, just like an adult.
Just like an adult.
Yeah.
More if they count as the other one.
I don't count it.
Don't count it.
Don't count.
It's
Those
not
were
part of me, dude.
those were the preludes to what the main story.
It's the
is.
origin story.
There's a lot of origins in
It's
it.
the origin
A lot
story.
of organs
dude.
in it too.
And it's weird because there's some things that are still left over from those days. And let me tell you what. We used to have a premium subscription account
I want to know what's
because we used to release premium content And if you wanted to pay $3 a month, you could get that premium content. We had one subscriber ever.
What was it we deemed as premium content? I kind of forget.
We did like put out some extra episodes out.
We do like an extra episode a week.
We did some outtakes.
Yeah.
Because we used to do sound checks and we'd talk into some good shit.
If you want to pay $3 a month for outtakes of a podcast, you could do that for us.
Well,
can they still do that?
Actually, yes.
But
you can also get a huge backlog of things I've deleted.
Oh, sick! Because there's been a lot of episodes deleted because of problems over a lot of things. So you can always just pay the money and listen to those problematic episodes.
But we don't release those anymore.
No, those aren't released.
And only so we had JasonRocketFuel@gmail.com subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
He's still paying.
Is he listening?
No.
Can you see? No, nobody's listening.
He's not listening. He's just paying every month.
See, that's a real fan, dude. That's a guy who cares about the craft.
Just all support.
$3 a month, nothing to him, big time.
Yeah, that's just $2.75 in my pocket, fucking every month.
Oh, they tax you a quarter?
They take that $25.
Oh, they get you.
What am I gonna do?
They get you.
If I had that extra $25, I'd be riding high. I'd be a slumdog millionaire.
At this point, you'd have another $2 probably.
I mean, at least.
That's like a McDouble.
I could be spending that money on large amounts of ketamine.
Mm-hmm. Which we've learned on our podcast that you can that they shoot up monkeys.
You can just shoot a fucking. I could drug monkeys. That's the thing I could do, which I've been trying to do and thinking about getting into recently.
You couldn't get a bunch of that for $2.
Yeah,
or $3.
I could get like some though, probably
for monkeys. For monkey quality ketamine. Yeah, you could pick up probably a gallon.
Yeah, at least a little tub.
Few shipfuls of monkeys worth.
I'll cut it up into some fentanyl.
Monkeys?
How do they do it?
Cages?
Pens, I think.
Pens?
Yeah.
We don't call them cages anymore. This is a pen.
It's a pen. Not like a pig
shoot
pen.
Their ketamine. Into
all
their
junkies, dude.
Shoulders, and then they get a little relaxed.
So relaxed. So it's been
the episode with Camille will tell you all about it. We've learned a lot from doing this podcast.
We've done a lot.
We've talked to a lot of people, had some trips, had some good times. So yeah, we figured we'd do a top 15.
We're doing top 15, baby.
Yeah, so
top 15.
We're excited for that.
I'm so excited. We're gonna announce. So it's gonna go from 15 down to the worst of the 15, which is still one of the best.
Oh yeah.
All the way to number 1, the numero uno. The best of the best, the enchilada, the toaster in the oven, the Cleopatra's pubes. I mean, the real golden frosted tips.
Yeah.
The Guy Fieri Dickin. I mean, the snap buttons. The Howard Hughes of Wisconsin. If you know what I'm saying. Are you following?
That was good. I'm with you.
Yeah, okay.
Me and Mike have been sitting fireside for a few nights now, just filing through these podcasts, just
really combing through the greats,
in the exploration of the best little clips of our podcast.
Exploring not only the podcast but ourselves, ourselves and each other.
Yeah, and one another, and just figuring out what makes each other tick.
Just makes each other's blood pump.
Or boil.
Yeah, just on a bear skin rug that I killed. You know, fun thing about bears, I think we should start hunting them.
How do you start hunting them?
I think we should.
We should definitely start going hunting, man. That would only make us better.
But like not with guns. I think we even the playing field.
With our claws?
I would say either bare hands or like a javelin.
Check out these hands, dude.
Them fucking paws, dude.
These paws could take down a grizzly.
Yeah. What would be your course of attack, you think?
I'd go for the neck.
Go for the neck?
Like with any animal you're trying to take down, any Ferdinandson boy knows, you go for the neck.
Any enemy you see coming at you, you're going for that jugular vein area.
You see that, and you know that's where the life is attached to the head. You see that as your target. So you attack the neck. I would try to swing around and ride the bear.
Okay.
In a way. and then kind of harness it. And either I try to like bond with it like an avatar,
Tame it.
I grab it. It doesn't have a tail, but it has a little nub in, right?
Yeah, get a little nub.
I just do a little. I do a little like
A little flicking of the nub.
I do a little flick right under the nub.
Right under the nub, right between nub and
A
butt.
lot of people don't know this is where grizzlies got their weak spot. And
Between nub and hole.
if you tickle the right spot underneath the nub, right in between the legs, the grizzly will do kind of whatever you ask it to.
Pretty bow down. Which is like not actually unfamiliar for me.
Oh yeah, and that's what I'm talking about.
If you get me around that spot between my tail and my hole.
That's what I'm saying. Learning each
Forget
other's
about it.
ticks. You know, I've realized there's a lot of similarities between you and a grizzly bear. Yeah, in a lot.
We have a
of
lot in common.
the beard, the little spot under the nub, dude.
That's a soft spot. I go right for the eyes. I usually go for the eyes.
Ooh, take away the senses.
I take away their sight, and then boom, maybe I'll box their ears. They can't see, they can't hear.
They're rendered
Yeah,
useless.
and I'll just kiss them.
Ooh, you
just-
start killing them with
Yeah,
kindness.
I take away their senses and I start kissing them.
A bear's never known true affection.
It
so
hasn't.
if you take away its ability to see and hear, and then you start showing it love,
Yeah.
it has never felt that for so many
You
years
start
since it was a little cub, even just a little bit. It'll immediately want you to take it home.
You teach it how to live again. You start showing it things it's never seen.
You start showing it good patterns.
You take it to a nice Italian diner. You show that bear the feeling of passion. You light that bear's fire again.
You should realize that a grizzly bear only gets really aggressive when they're sad and lonely, and that's when they attack.
And they're sad all the goddamn time.
You'd be surprised how many grizzly bears are out there living with depression in our forests, and I think that it's something we should discuss.
And that's why we're
talk
doing this
about.
podcast, to bring attention to depressed bears.
That was a big reason why we did this top 15.
Top 15? Do we want to get in the top 15?
Are we there already, or do you have more you want to cover?
We're 12. Oh, yeah, let's just go through the years a little bit.
Yeah.
So through the year.
Did we start this in 2019 or 2018?
I want to say 2018.
2018, we started, you texted me, and you were like, hey, man, do you want to, because we had talked about it
Yeah.
here and there, and you're like, so for real, do you want to do this?
Let's do it. Let me
Let's do
instigate
it.
this, dude.
Let's instigate this. And I was like, let's fucking do it, man. And
Let's do
here's
it.
the thing, man. A podcast is something I wanted to do for a while, but I lack a lot of things. One of those things is initiative.
Initiative is big.
I don't like the way you said that.
Initiative?
Yeah.
Or is big?
Now that you mention it, both.
Yeah, together?
Both of them together is what got me.
Yeah. It makes sense.
But then you fucking come in with this initiative and this energy, and you
Just like a little spry chicken, dude.
like you had like a Sprite chicken that just downed a Red Bull, like, and he wants to fucking.
I got
start
wings,
something.
baby. I want to fly.
Who wants to start something? And I got all excited and jazzed, and we started recording podcasts in a little shed.
Yeah.
And just keeping it real loose,
Just
and
real
fun,
loose.
trying to figure out exactly what we were trying to get out of it, what we were trying to give into it. And I gotta say, recorded a lot of gold
A lot of just bangers.
and a lot of rocks,
A lot of fucking duds.
a lot of duds out there.
There's a lot of dud. But hey, every fucking, you gotta break some omelets to make a whole fucking panini.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
If you make the right egg paninis like I do. Yeah.
And yeah, I've gone through a lot. I've gone through different girlfriends. I've gone through different
How did your
majors.
different girlfriends treat the podcast? Like, can you go through them and how they respected or didn't respect the podcast?
I think they all
differently?
enjoyed the podcast.
That's good. That's good.
They all listened.
Do they all still listen? Do you have a trail
Hopefully.
of exes listening?
just listening,
still? That'd be sick.
just until I make a mistake.
Gotcha, Mike.
Yeah. Actually, I broke up with my most recent girlfriend the other night.
Okay.
We were outside of a bar after a show, and we're talking about it, blah, blah, blah. And the guy we were talking to earlier in the night, he comes over and he's like, hey, man, can I get a light? I'm like, sure. And he's like, what do you two lovebirds talking about? I'm like, that's the worst timing.
I've been in that situation. Yep. Where people come up, they're like, hey, you two. How's
Yeah.
it going?
You
Oh,
guys
this
have-
is not a good time.
You guys having a fun little time over here? Like, no, I am crying.
Were you crying?
I wasn't. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
I'm tough as shit.
It's good to tell the listeners that.
Yeah.
It's good to tell them. But
I'm so-
actually, they want to hear the truth, man.
Yeah.
I know you were crying.
Me? No.
Never shed a little tear
No.
outside of a bar in public talking to your girl?
Not then, dude. I have
Nah,
before.
me neither. Yeah, me neither, dude.
I'm so tough.
Never, dude. Bury
Yeah.
that shit down.
So we've gone through girlfriend. I'm going to schools.
You gone through a few semesters at school?
Couple of semesters, different
You
classes.
passed all your classes, right?
Flying
Congrats.
colors, dude, with a 3.5 GPA, son.
Congrats, dude.
Yeah, I feel so fucking smart. You're
You
where
just keep getting smarter, dude.
I am. I'm taking in so much knowledge.
Gaining in IQs.
Yeah, like 1 IQ, 2 IQ, 3 IQ, and here I am now.
4.
4.
It's pretty good, man. That's pretty good.
pretty big step
4
up.
more. I feel like I've gone through a lot.
You've gone through. Yeah.
quite a bit.
Quite a
And
bit.
I had the birth of my daughter, which is fantastic and beautiful in this past year, and that's been talked about on the podcast a few times. You know, and that's something that we've kept our audience.
Yeah. What's she like? 7 months?
She's 7 months old now. She's 7 months old now. She's going to be 8 months on the 1st.
That was a wicked good guess, dude.
Don't act like you don't know.
I said 7. I was a guess.
You knew, dude.
Like I'm supposed to know.
You nailed it. Oh, of course you're supposed to know. If you didn't know, I wouldn't know who am I supposed to check with. Whenever I draw a blank, I'm like, Mike, how old's my daughter?
Yeah. I don't know. Let me refresh.
But there's been a lot of like lifestyle changes and a lot of positive things that have.
You went into a car. You now out of a car.
I lived in the car for a couple months.
Couple of months.
Living in the car, which is, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Not as bad as everyone says. It's bad when it's cold and it's bad when it's cramped. But if you can do it, it's you find a good spot. That's the key.
Yeah, you find the right
yourself
position.
a good spot underneath a tree is good.
Okay.
Something shady.
Yeah. Not too sunny at night.
But not too. You don't want the sun getting in your car at the nighttime, or nothing too shady either.
Nah, you don't want too shady. You want people coming up to you trying to sell you fucking counterfeit helium.
Or counterfeit Heelys.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering about. That's something I was worried about living in my car. Is just you're vulnerable out there. I bought a knife from Walmart
Shit.
just in case.
Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna stab someone?
I was going through in my head what I would do if somebody knocked on my door in the middle of the night and basically tried to steal my PacSun shirts that I had in my car. Which
you shop at Tilly's? Sick.
I had nothing of value that anybody would want, but I felt the need to protect myself because maybe I'm what they want. You know what I mean? Maybe they want this.
They want to tie you up, bring you into the woods. Not yet.
And I don't know their intentions when they do that.
No?
I don't know if they're planning on bringing me back.
Well, they aren't. They want you to go out there with them. They'll keep you captive until you fall in love. And then you'll do whatever, you'll cook for them because they're mountain men.
Hey, man, if I fall in love...
They're mountain men.
Fall in love with a mountain man, you never...
That's not bad.
You never fish a day in your life.
That's something they don't teach you in grade school.
Heard. You never take another trip to Safeway if you fall in love with a mountain. You got everything you ever need. And if you have to go to the store to get something, you don't really need it.
No.
If the mountain man can't provide it, you don't need it.
You're in a cabin. You're stoking the fire all day.
Put me up in a cabin. I will do all the housework.
I will clean. I will make your stews while you go out and you kill me a deer or an elk.
But yeah, I got me a little knife. But I don't have that anymore.
No, you got rid of that's old you.
You
couldn't handle that power.
It's 2020 came around. I was like, man, I don't need to be protecting myself. I'm not living in my car. I'm not in dangerous situations.
Would you like throw it into a river?
I threw it at a car.
That's smart.
No, I just I lost it. It's probably still in my car somewhere.
Yeah.
So I still have a weapon in my car somewhere.
Somewhere.
Just in case something goes down, I'm like, there's a knife somewhere in my car. Yeah. Let's go find it. What I've been trying to do is, keeping my room clean, keeping my car clean, my clothes clean. That's been a constant struggle. Which at 24, I've been surprised to find that is something that I constantly keep up on, and it's something that helps me out a
You're a
lot.
little dirty boy.
Oh man, if you let me go, I'll just become pretty dirty.
He'll ruin a place.
No way. Ruin a place?
If someone gives you enough time in a place, and you just go buck wild, you could ruin a place.
You don't want to see me go buck wild, dude. Like Woods buck wild?
Yeah. Ain't no fucking joking mountain man shit.
I thought about like getting a tent and
Yeah?
actually going buck wild.
That could be cool.
Like with bucks and stuff. Like with other bucks.
Live with the deer.
No, the bucks. The dudes.
The dudes?
Just the dudes.
I like the chicks, dude.
Just me and the, well, that's you, dude. You like the does. I like hanging with the bucks, and maybe if I see some does over there, I'm like, "Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo."
Yeah.
You
What
know.
you doing?
Nice little deer call. I got these little fake antlers on me, so I look distinguished.
Yeah, you
They got some gray on them.
You prop out your ass.
I look like I have wisdom. I stick my.
you stick your you wiggle it a little bit.
You'd be surprised how many does are convinced that you're a real buck, and they'll let
Yeah.
you.
They want to fuck. Is that what we're gonna say then?
I was gonna say that, but then I've said that word
Yeah.
so many times on this podcast with such energy,
Such looseness.
looseness, and disdain.
With
I
no
feel like
care.
sometimes people listen to this with their families.
Yeah, I mean, mostly, exclusively.
We've gotten a lot of feedback because people love to round up the kids and say, "Hey, kids, Chris and Mike dropped another
No
like
Yogi
an
Bear
adult."
this morning. We're listening to two dudes talk to another dude about
or a
cum.
girl
Rarely.
once in a while."
Every one time.
Well, yeah. Well, one on the 1 through 15, but we've had, I think, in the past year, this is not going to be an impressive number, but 4 women on the podcast.
4.
Yeah, we had Kayla on once.
Okay, Kayla.
We had Camille on.
Got Camille.
We had. We didn't have Ali on. We did have Alyssa on.
And we had Lissa.
So that's 3.
That's 3 right there.
And then I'm planning on one of the guys that we've interviewed, like just switching
Just
teams.
change it.
Just switching teams.
Do it for us and our algorithm.
And our demographics, please.
That's what I need.
That's what I want. That's really what I want. And I don't know, dude. Things are going great, and the future's looking good.
Hell yeah. You're still you're doing tree work?
Oh yeah, tree work.
Not today.
Not today, baby. Monday off. Martin Luther King Jr., baby.
Yeah.
Saving me
I
again.
love it.
Thank you, sir.
Dude, second time's a charm.
So what do you mean second time's the charm?
Anyway, I just want to go in the right this list because we got a good fucking list going.
Oh yeah, we got a great little list right here. I'm excited. You want to start?
Let's start with number 15.
That's a good place to start here. So
do you want to do what? Drum roll?
yeah, start the drum roll.
Okay, so drum roll.
We got for number 15. We have episode Treasure Hunter with
Treasure
Josh Argyle. That's right.
Fuck
now,
yeah.
In this clip, I believe Josh is telling us about a guy he played football with.
Yeah, he used to play football with SRJC, and he had a blind kicker. And so we're going to check that out, and we'll be back shortly.
We had a deaf wide receiver, and he was the shit.
Really? That sounds.
Yeah.
He sounds like this.
He was dope as fuck.
focused.
He was so good.
I bet the amount of focus you have if you can't hear shit and you just.
He was so
He's
good.
like Daredevil,
Yeah.
but with eyesight.
So not like he's like Spider-Man except a boar. It's like Superman.
Yeah, he's like Superman, but with no superpowers. 5'2", 300 pounds, and an accountant.
He's Danny DeVito.
But the aura of Superman.
Next clip, number 14.
Episode Big Trouble, Little Chilies. That's right, with our friend Sebastian on the pod.
Wild card of a boy.
Wild card of a boy. He's been on the podcast a number of times. He's always a favorite.
A real treat for your senses.
All 6 of them.
This clip is from the first episode he was on when he was talking. He used to be a cam boy, like a cam girl.
Yeah.
He would go on the internet and like diddle himself and do just wild things.
And just do what people on the internet would request of him. And what it turns out is people on the internet will request weird things for young cam boys to do such as Sebastian. And if you check out, this isn't in the clip, but if you check out the whole clip, he ends up doing some pretty troubling things up in Washington and Oregon. If you want to check that out.
All right, here we go. Fucking Little Trouble, Little Chilies. What got you into webcamming?
Desperation and boredom.
Money?
Yeah.
And
How much money did you make doing that?
At first, I made in like the first month like $7,000. So I was like, this is a trend that will repeat.
Yeah.
It wasn't, and for about a year, I made maybe another $7,000.
They're just like a rookie, dude. Like a nice amateur.
They
That
like
is-
Someone who's
rook.
new to the
Yeah,
game
yeah,
they can take advantage
yeah.
of with their tokens.
They like that nervous look in his
Bing,
eye.
bing, bing.
Yeah.
And I wasn't willing to do the crazy things some people eventually will do.
Oh, yeah.
With guys, it only has to keep getting crazier and crazier.
What was
in
the
Ohio.
craziest thing you were asked to do that you
Oh,
didn't
I was
do?
asked to literally put live things in my asshole.
This is 13.
13th episode, 1, 2, 3. Drum roll, please. Joined by Alyssa Westerland. It's episode Cults Murder. Oh my!
I gotta say, man, the Photoshop you did on this episode was one of my favorites of this year. The Godfather, but with it scribbly crossed out, just said like an adult with our faces on it. It was great. And
We're fucking gangsters, dude.
what we realized is
Well, we weren't.
listening back to this podcast is how fucking unaware we were of the severity of the story. That
We had
were,
no idea and had no idea how to process what was going on.
basically, Alyssa was telling us this crazy this story about her young adult life with her boyfriend, one of her first boyfriends she had, who happened to be, should we say it before the clip, a murderer.
Well, it's in the title. He's
Yeah,
a murderer.
Yeah, she self-proclaims him as a murderer. So then me and Mike are just sort of like, yeah, what else?
And
and we're like, yeah, and explain, and then just kind of not realizing the severity of it. But it's a hilarious clip. So.
I think the whole fucking episode we're kind of like that. Like, oh, you were raised in a cult? Cool.
cults start out good, right?
Oh, what if the guy was fucking young boys and doing a lot of drugs? Cool.
Yeah, he's taking them on trips though.
Yeah, so it's worth it.
From what I remember, yeah.
Check it out.
I was engaged to this murderer, right, and I was with him from 17 to 22, and it was
Formative years.
But he was very violent. He was 12 years older than me, and he was also this great guy everybody loved. So it was very hard to convince people what was happening until he got in trouble. And then a couple people have said to me, "Oh, he only killed one guy," and I'm like, one person
Sure,
that he got
yeah.
in trouble for killing. Yeah, sure, but that's the one guy he went to jail for. But after the fact,
Is he still in jail?
yeah, he'll be in jail for life.
Who are the
Oh,
people
wow.
that are like, oh, he just killed one guy?
So, people have said that to me because I
Well, did he kill bad people or did he kill?
He killed another drug dealer. He killed whoever. I mean, I don't know the whole story because I'm not going to go visit him. But probably the cartel. I used to see piles of money on the beds. I used to see one guy's brother went missing after a drug deal within the same 2 days. This kid was dead.
There's a lot of tunnels underneath the house.
There was a lot of like, get the fuck out of this room right now, and I would see things I wasn't supposed to see, and I didn't ask any questions. I would just be like, "Ooh, okay, don't say anything.
That sounds somewhat
What are you
intriguing.
doing here?
It was.
Like your
it
life was a little
super-
bit like a cool like TV series.
Oh, it was
You're
super
like,
fun. I was a
shit.
fucking gangster's girlfriend.
Yeah, yeah.
Everywhere I went, I got whatever I wanted.
You
I
got
got
the
to
gangster wife thing going on.
Dude,
You're
I got to
like-
wear high heels and like just hot ass. I mean, he bought me the nicest outfits. We traveled. There was money, and I tell people that I'm like, money, sex, drugs, food, whatever we wanted, wherever we like. Nobody fucked with us. It
luxury.
was from
It
17
was,
to
it
22.
was the 2000s. It,
It
was a
was-
different time.
It was a different
Let me
time.
take you back.
Number 12 on the list, my favorite number. Joined by, he's been on here so many times, Cody Smith.
Cody Smith, one
Cody
of our
Smith.
one of our favorite guests to have on the podcast for sure.
It's
Always
hard-
brings funny stories.
It's hard to get him on here because we so much dudes back and forth. We just get in a fucking echo chamber of dudes.
When you get the Chris machine, the Mike machine, and the Cody Smithster all together, there's a lot of dudes being thrown around.
That's a dude fucking bonanza.
I would say a dude sandwich, but that thing's like that's a dude burrito because it's
Yeah,
all wrapped up.
it's all wrapped up. So this is from the episode.
This story is the first story he tells on this episode, where it's off of the episode Christmas Tree Special, correct?
The Flaming Christmas Tree Special.
Okay.
Which starts off by us taking dips.
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
We take dips for the first time. Chris, I think you did vomit.
I don't remember. I don't think I did.
I don't
spit.
recall.
I spit. I definitely did not enjoy the sensation of the dip.
Yeah.
It's not something that I'm drawn to. Again, it was fun to try it.
The dip's not for everybody.
with the boys.
Just a couple of boys.
From what I remember when we recorded these episodes with Cody, is we went to his house and we recorded one or two, and then we kind of took a break, and we all had time, so we just walked over to the gas station. We're like, just some boys gonna go get some dip.
And we got fucking dipped for sure.
Yeah, we went. We came back and we all dipped and we started this episode. And then Cody goes into this story that he tells about being in a strip club and meeting Flava Flav. This is number 12.
Of course, it happened in Las Vegas. We were. I don't know what we were there for, but
It's
we
a
were
very Vegas thing.
We were just partying,
Yeah.
and I remember I had on this very kind of flamboyant suit.
Okay.
It was like an electric blue suit, like a shiny blue suit.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, I always want to wear a ridiculous suit every time I go to Vegas. So we went, and then we went to the Sapphire Club
Nice.
in Vegas, strip club.
I was gonna go there before I lost my wallet last time I was in Vegas, but it's whatever.
You missed out on
I really
meeting Flavor Flav.
on wiping come on Flavor Flav.
Flavor Flav is a resident at Sapphire.
Yes.
Okay, so you're at-
So we were there, and I had to think of a good story, just because I'm like, I'm in this suit.
Oh yeah,
You know, why not?
it's got to come with every good suit comes with a story.
So I was trying to convince every stripper in the club that I was a hypnotist that was there, like on a
Nice.
show. So I was like going up to him, like, you know, look into my eyes, like count back from 10, like, sleep, 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 sleep.
with me.
And I had them all convinced.
Keep snapping it. Where are they sleeping?
Oh, dude, every single girl in the club was like, get away from me. Like, do not
Oh wow.
pull that witchcraft on me. Like, it's so.
I was hypnotized one time.
Really?
Yeah, at the fair. It worked. I
That's-
was totally hypnotized, man.
That's when we first met.
yeah.
It's our origin story, dude.
You
He
hypnotized
came to
him?
me in a vision in my hypnosis.
You will do a podcast with me about cum and pedophilia. Sleep.
I woke up and I said, Mike, we should start a podcast.
Score.
And he went, everything is coming to play.
Sleep. Yeah, so I was running around the club trying to convince all these people that I was an actual hypnotist. It was working.
Okay.
But it didn't work to my advantage in the sense that everybody was too afraid
Everybody's
to like
avoiding
give
you.
me. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
all avoiding me until there was this one chick. I'll never forget her name either. Her name was Fifi.
Nice.
And she was she said her story was she was an Indonesian furniture exporter, which I'm like, that's clearly true.
Yeah.
Do you want to check out the curvature of my furniture?
Yeah. So
Give her a little love seat, dude.
Fifi was bad because I remember
Fifi sounds bad.
she instantly just she put her hands down my pants in the club
Nice.
and started just playing with my hog right there in the
Nice.
middle of the club, and then finally
The Fifi fiddle.
the Fifi fiddle. But I remember she was biting my face. I'll never forget that. She just kept biting my face. She was a wild one, Fifi.
Well, if all she knows is furniture, then
naturally
she's gonna
lost her job at Levitt's.
she's gonna test the structural integrity of that skin face, dude.
Tried to go over to Ashley, but kept biting patrons in the fucking face. So had to resort to working at the Sapphire
She
Club.
wasn't trained enough for Ashley furniture.
Yeah, so anyway, we would go into the back room. She was giving me a dance. And then she was doing this like covert move where like she was kind of sitting in like a reverse cowgirl position.
Nice.
And then she had a little bottle of lubricant
Nice.
that she kept spraying in her hand. And she basically gave me a hand job as if she was trying to make it look like she was just giving me a dance, but she was jerking me off.
Oh, that's cool.
Like
Yeah.
a sneaky little snick.
Yeah, it was
That's
a good
sneaky
It was a
Fifi.
good move, but I remember it was a very aggressive hand job. Like she was
Oh, yeah.
pole starting something. Like
Oh,
it hurt. But anyway, like one thing led to another, and I got through it. And I remember just
You made it to the other side.
I made it to the other side. I let the Lord out of me. Okay. So unfortunately, I let the Lord out of
The
me
Lord cometh from me.
all over like my stomach and
Okay.
everything. And
As you do.
I was covered in goo. So I was like on my way to the restroom, and lo and behold, like Flavor Flav was at the bar.
Did he have a big clock?
No, he was in like a Charles Woodson Raiders jersey. Just
Nice.
it was a subdued Flavor Flav.
Yeah.
He's not wearing his nines,
No,
okay? He's
he
not
didn't
busting
have the
out the
Viking helmet on in the club. So anyway, I was like, "Holy shit!" I told Fifi, I was like, "That's that's Flavor Flav. And she's like, oh, do you want to meet him? And she's like, Flavor. And she like grabbed me. She like grabbed me and like introduced me. And I went in for like, one of the handshake embrace things, not realizing that the hand that I was shaking Flavor Flav, like that was covered in my jism. And then Flavor Flav just kind of, I remember he looked down at his hand.
Yeah.
And then just kind of gave like a pant wipe.
He's like, this has happened before.
Dude, needless to say, he got the flavor of love, all right?
On number 11th episode, best
favorite
11th best moment.
My favorite number. It's crazy we have this as the 11th because it's the only one in here with the number. And it's a 911 Porsche model.
You can't pause after 9/11 like that.
I did it on purpose.
9/11 Porsche model.
911, it's the... It has no relation to
the event.
That you're probably thinking of.
Yeah. Anyway, it's about the Porsche model. We're joined by Martin Rufo, who's been on here a couple of times. All great episodes.
Oh, yeah.
The second batch, he just gets wildly fucked up.
Oh, yeah. He got really wild on the...
Wild and loose.
If you want to see Martin get wild, which he's not a guy you see get wild off, he's very calm, cool, and collected, and even he handles himself very well on all of our episodes. But it's fun to watch him get. He got pretty wild on this on the last couple episodes we did with him, and he's always a fun guest to have on. We'll have him on a couple times at least again this year.
So this episode, this clip is from like just talking about his weird, depressing hobbies, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Living. I'm not happy
Hey.
by any means, but
You have 2 grills.
that's right.
Oh, dude, you got 2 grills, you got a place, you got stuff that looks like something I don't even know, like a printer taken apart over there, dude. You're successful, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
I think
That's
a
a printer.
bomb.
That's a printer, and that is,
Martin, with your ethnic ambiguity and that device over there, I
That's
think me
right.
and Mike need to step out of here
well,
slowly.
here's the twist. I joined the IRA, so that's no. That's actually it's a God. This is so depressing to say out loud. That's a model of a Porsche 911 engine.
What?
Yeah, it's a sports car engine.
Oh, I see. And the plastic part is supposed to be like the metal exhaust.
Yeah,
I see.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That is pretty depressing. That makes me sad, Martin. I didn't put it together.
Dude,
Did
I'm
you put it
Seymour
together?
Skinner. I'm just oh God.
No, dude, that's
What
fucking
happened to me?
awesome.
Did you put it together?
I did.
Does it make you happy?
No.
That was a great. I bet that was a great activity to do with your stepdad.
It was.
Hey, Martin,
Now-
guess what we're doing today? We're putting together a part of a Porsche 1911 motor. A real one? No.
Where's Mom? Don't worry about it. Let's just get lost in this Porsche engine, dude.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Number 10 on the list. We're flying right through these, I think.
We got an episode with John Gabb. The episode's called Hefty Gleek.
The Hefty Gleep, the John Gabb story.
I love that title.
He's wild because he maybe the nicest fucking house we've ever been to.
When we pulled up, first of all, we drove separately.
We drove separately.
So I pulled up and I had to go to the gate. And there's the gate guy at this big homeowners association or something,
Yeah.
and all these mansion. I was like, John Gabb doesn't live here.
No way.
So then I was like, my name's Chris. He's like, I need your name. I'm like, okay, my name's Chris, and he lets me in. I pull up to the house and I'm like, okay, John Gabb is fucking with us. He brought us
sent
to a place.
random place.
He sent us to Oprah's house.
Yeah.
And he's pulling our leg. And as soon as I'm walking up to the door, Mike calls me and he's like, hey, they aren't letting me in.
Yeah, because I rode up to the gate. They're like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Mike." He's like, "Oh, you're not on the list,"
You can't come in.
which I was pretty tiffed about.
Well, you didn't know. On the way through, I was like, hey, if there's a guy who Mike comes up behind me, don't let him in here.
He's a fucking dick. But when we walk into
He's
John
a bully.
walk into John Gabb's house, the guy has a Vespa, just right there. Anyway, it was a fucking hilarious episode. This clip we're
He
talking about.
recorded it in his backyard, I think. Very nice, and we just sat down and just got to it, and we just had so much fun that whole episode. If you want to check that one out, this clip is fucking hilarious. It makes me laugh the most out of the whole thing. You ever want to give out bad advice
I do it all the
to
time.
people?
Yeah, I give a lot of bad advice.
Yeah, it's like, hey, keep smoking.
Yeah, just like, you know,
Yeah.
don't wear condoms ever.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you don't know them well.
Yeah.
Condoms are bad for you.
Yeah.
Put your balls in.
Put your balls in too. That's actually good advice, though.
Yeah.
If you can fit him in there.
I mean, at this point, you might be able to.
Oh, Jesus. Fuck you. I don't know if I can let you stand for that one, but it was pretty solid. It was pretty solid.
How big is
Sorry.
How big is it?
It's so big.
It's like a flower pot at this point.
You can go to the grocery store and put anything in there.
Oh, Jesus.
Throw in a yam.
Hey, you fill
I
it
do
full
have to
of
buy one last bag when I check out. Let's just say
You can
that.
fill it full of Shasta that you bought at the Dollar Tree.
Maybe it's a grapefruit
Oh,
flavor.
Hey, those are big bottles.
Damn. We got a
only-
lot of kids, so you know I got to get Shasta, the
Yeah,
off-brand.
that's the only 3-liter soda bottle I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my God, 3 liters is so big.
I follow
3 liters is so big.
I follow Bad, you know who Bad
3
Man
liter
is?
pussy right there, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude. Down to number 9.
Number 9.
My favorite number.
Well, you can't. You have 2 favorite numbers.
Hey,
It's okay to have 2 favorite numbers. Like people have multiple favorite kids.
yeah, sure.
Sure, they do. Yeah.
Yeah, I am not that one.
That's what they tell people. Anyway, this
Number 9 episode. Drum roll, please. Anthony Bourdain.
featuring the hilarious John Gallagher.
Just a classic episode.
That was so much fun, and this clip, I think I start asking John Gallagher if he's found any vigilante justice.
Yeah, he's ever vigilante justice, that kind of shit. We go into that. We start talking about the Crypt Keeper being secretive and mysterious.
This is I think the funniest clip of the episode of a hilarious fucking episode with John Gallagher.
I mean, I've always been known as a vigilante, I feel like.
Yeah. You ever do some crazy vigilante shit? You ever see somebody be wronged and you want to step in?
You
And
see like a homeless man sleeping outside of a Starbucks? He's like, not on my watch.
It's like, oh, how dare this piece of fucking shit.
in front of this beautiful Starbucks.
This beautiful real estate. How
You are
dare you?
lowering the value of the Starbucks.
Yeah, dude, I'm just sitting there just spitting at people fucking outside of Market Street.
How is that bag lady going to enjoy her latte?
Damn it. How dare you hold that beautiful plastic? Fucking, I don't know. Vigilante justice? Man, I don't fucking know. Let me think. I don't know if I've ever been, like, taking the law.
You should get, like, a slingshot or something.
That's your idea of a vigilante?
Yeah, man, 100%. 100%. Walking around with a slingshot and some rocks or
Is
some
your
fucking...
ideal, like, superhero, like fucking Dennis the Menace?
It's like Calvin and Hobbes, yeah.
Yeah. He was like a super vigilante. He's like, oh man, he's like, this is how I really rebel. It's like using the power of my imagination. Yeah, man. Bill Waters or Bill Watterson? Fuck.
Yeah, it's Watterson, I think, yeah. I was big into Calvin and Hobbes for a while. You ever read any comics or anything?
I mean, like the newspaper kind?
Sure.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, I fucked pretty heavy with
How
the
many
old
did you
Garfield.
I was cutting the whole out of every family circus.
I was going to say the whole family.
I got Me Too'd by Nermal. Dude, yeah, fucking.
I mean, Dilbert does sound like an STD.
Dude, well, yeah, Dilbert. I mean, Dilbert doesn't just sound like an STD. Like that dude is like nuts. Have you seen the dude Scott Adams now?
No.
Oh man, there is. I gotta find the article on it. He's like a huge Trump dude. Like an insanely huge Trump and MAGA guy, the fucking Dilbert guy.
Yeah.
And like he published this like dating website about like dominating and controlling women's minds. It's like probably one of the greatest things you'll ever read. Dude, it's unreal. Like listen.
What's the domain? Like, I don't want to look it up. I don't want to join or anything. But like,
Give me websites.
I would read it in a sarcastic, laughable way. I would not be taking notes or anything.
Oh yeah, no, I
jotting things
definitely
down.
would not be putting it into my private manifesto.
I would be writing it on my wall.
It would not become my own personal Catcher in the Rye or anything. But I just want to
definitely.
see it.
It's definitely not my Unabomber fucking journal. Dude, no, it gets like the thing is funny is like him being a Trump guy is like the least weird part of it. Like on that blog, he talks about like dating tips and like dominating women stuff. He has next to his own house an entire museum built to look like Dogbert that's full of Dilbert merchandise. And not only that, the person that oversees all the Dilbert merchandise and sells it is his ex-wife who fucking works for him. It's like
What?
It's like
Wow.
It seems like he has figured it out.
I think he's just a psychopath. I don't know what horrible like Dilbert-based sex routines he did to this woman. What horrible sexual Dilbert-based abuse happened.
Just imagine the haircut she must have been forced to have.
The success from a newspaper comic was too much for him.
He went to his head.
Yeah.
He got that sitcom deal for that old Dilbert cartoon on Comedy Central. He's living large.
Did that happen?
Yeah, that was real.
Oh, fuck, I've been out of the loop.
Hey man, that's what I'm here for, is tuning into all the cool things that are happening out here. Calvin and Hobbes updates, Dilbert cartoons. How did I fucking find that out? I think it was Chapo Trap House. I was listening to that, and they were talking about Scott Adams. That guy's a fucking...
Is that an El Chapo podcast?
Oh, no. It's,
That'd be cool. Like right out of prison or something?
No.
In
So,
prison.
yeah, Chapo Trap House is actually like the most successful podcast in the world. They make like $200,000 a month on Patreon.
What the fuck?
And they just... Yeah, exactly.
I'm out of the loop, dude.
Dude, yeah, they talk about leftist politics and shit, and they were, yeah, so they're like super huge, like Democratic Socialists and DSA people, and like they've had interviews with like Bernie Sanders. And...
Yeah, this is a strictly crypto-fascist podcast.
Oh, yeah, crypto-fascism?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm all about, dude.
Was it vampire
independence.
fascism? I don't know.
I don't know. I've read that word. I have no idea what it means.
I'm hoping it's vampire fascism.
That is, I mean, yeah.
Crypto-fascism sounds like something online. It sounds like something that's like... Because crypto means like online, right? Like cryptocurrency?
I think, yeah, like I thought it was like... I always think of cryptography. Isn't that like code works?
Yeah. Yeah,
Like
so
cryptic.
crypto is like encryptic, which is like setting a code.
And then Tales of the Crypt, and the Crypt Keeper, which he is, underground.
The
Like
Bloods in the
codes.
Crypts.
But also very
Yeah.
secretive.
Uh-huh.
So,
You're rattling, man.
like he will tell you a story, but he's not going to let you know where his gold is hidden.
That was always... Yeah,
But
that
I'll
was,
always tease it.
You're warmer.
listen to my creepy tale first. Like, dude, just fucking tell me where this fucking gold is.
It could be a lot of places.
It's been 14 seasons, and you'll never know.
It's in the bottom drawer. Ha ha ha. Psych.
I'm in a coffin, dude. I
I don't have gold.
Oh man, that would be the worst.
Yeah, at the end. Number 8.
Number 8.
My favorite number.
Your favorite number.
Hey, everyone's my... I gotta have a favorite number.
Yeah, you
every
just
once in a
love
while.
the 8s.
Love the 8s. I love the shape. I love making the 8s.
Yeah.
I love the figure 8.
It's a good... Oh, I love a figure of an 8.
I love drawing it. This episode, we had Chris Riggins on the podcast, which I thought was really fucking... Also, one of the nicest places we've recorded in, too.
For sure.
100%.
Yeah.
And Chris Riggins, if you don't know, hilarious comedian. Mike, you had him at your show, and you said he did one of the best sets you'd seen anyone
Hands
do in
up-
that room.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's not uncommon if you hear about Chris Riggins performing, is that he will have the best sets that you've seen in that.
First time ever doing stand-up comedy, he opened up for Dave Chappelle.
And he'll tell that story on the full episode of Smell Good with Chris Riggins. And then we have a clip from that. It comes in at number 8 here on our top 15. So I hope you enjoy that.
You know, when I was in LA first, I was kind of homeless. I stayed on friends' couch and stuff. And then I just became a homosexual.
Yeah.
So I just started
You're
fucking
fucking homeless people.
fucking women to sleep at their place.
Oh, hell
There
yeah.
you go.
You know?
There you go. Was that the transaction? Was that established, or was
Well, I was
it?
honest about it. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
very honest. Like, yo, what's up? Can I crash on your couch?
You see,
or
I'm the
pussy?
opposite. I only bring homeless people to my house so they'll let me fuck them.
I mean, that's a way too. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Get it how you live. I mean, I'm not mad. As long as everybody knows what's going on up front. As long as they know, look, the only reason you're here is because I want pussy and you want a place to stay for the night. So
Honesty.
You can't use the shower, but you can take a horse bath in the sink. I don't mind.
let them use the shower. It's okay. I mean, you know, I use these women's showers like crazy. And the great thing about being a dude when you're in a woman's shower, you're just like trying all her products. You're like,
Oh, yeah.
wonder how my hair will fit with this. And
Ooh, I
you're in
smell
the shower
nice.
for hours.
Fucking cocoa butter. Ooh.
Yeah, you know, like I realize why I want to fuck her. She smells amazing. I smell fuckable,
My dick has never smelled like raspberries before.
and that's for her too. You know, and I think more guys should do that. I think they
Yeah.
should make more men products that have flowery scents because you know women like I mean, not saying they want
Women like that man stank, though.
They want a
too.
man stank too,
Yeah.
but it's got to have before the stank. You got to have a little scent to you.
Yeah.
It's it's good to smell good. Like I smell great. And
I like to smell good. I try to smell good.
Whenever I get a whiff of myself, I'm like, damn, I'd fuck me. You know?
I'm about to fuck me.
I'm about, and it makes my masturbation sessions way more pleasurable.
Oh, light some candles, just
Yeah,
smelling
there's no
yourself.
ball funk coming up when I take my pants off. It's like, oh, balls smell sweet. My balls smell like there's a vagina in the room. All right.
Balls smell like vagina? Hell yeah.
I think that'd be a great scent. Vagina scent.
Fucking number 7
My
on the
least
list.
favorite number.
I mean, I love 7 because it's scary. It's a bully. 7, 8, 9, dude.
Oh.
7, 8 the shit out of 9.
Not only is it a bully, it's a hog.
Ooh, a real slicky picky.
It's hungry. I don't like 7 because it's supposed to be a lucky number.
Is it?
You know, like the lucky number 7. People say that a lot.
All right.
In my circles.
In your circles.
People are always like, "Oh, lucky 7." I'm like, I gotta start hanging out with different people. This episode is called "Leaving Never Nut," and this is a story about Mike going through with messaging somebody. Was she trying to catfish you?
I was I haven't come for a while, and I was.
Oh yeah, you weren't.
I wasn't masturbating for a while.
Yeah.
As you will.
And these are the type of shenanigans. This is the type of dangers you can get into if you choose not to masturbate for a
I
while.
got really deep into a catfish scheme.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's self-explanatory. Check out the clip. Because at a time, I'm like, when did you, out of like no context, I'm like, when did you move to America? And she's like, what you mean, baby?
What do you mean, baby?
What you mean, baby?
I American girl through and through.
And I'm like, I don't know, just curious.
Just wondering.
And I'm like, where are you from? And she's like, I was born in born in Canada.
Oh.
And moved to U.S. 2 year. And I'm like, that's cool. Where in Canada? No, because I'm trying to like, is this like how deep can this get?
Yeah.
And then she's like, Montreal.
Oh.
I'm like, oh shit, that's an actual place
That's
in
actually
Canada.
in Canada. That she surprised me with that one.
And Montreal, that means French. That's French Canada.
Maybe she's just French.
She's French, and so that's maybe why she's broken English.
So this is all working out.
Okay, and so I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe this is a real person who wants to meet up in a hotel room if I pay her
Yeah.
for these votes to pay the moderator. And then, so I'm like, oh, so French was your first language. And
What
then,
do you mean, baby?
and then she wrote Spanish, deleted it.
Wait, she wrote Spanish and then
She wrote
deleted
Spanish,
the
and
message?
in Instagram text, you can delete the message you sent.
Oh my god.
And then wrote, yes, French baby. And we're back with number 6.
Number 6, we got the episode 19 of Obama's.
Returning to the fucking list, Martin Marufo.
Martin Marufo continues to be one of our funniest favorite guests.
Just really a game changer.
Oh, 100%. He's
Like a Dennis Rodman of podcasting.
We got into Martin Marufo's home and we tore it up verbally, and we just started.
And I shit all over the place.
It was a real mess by the end, and we talked about his.
He found a new lady.
His new lady.
Found a new lady on Bumble.
Mm-hmm.
Real nice gal. And we kind of go into that. Check out that fucking clip.
She's doing stuff. She's like,
Rock
What
climbing.
does she do?
she's doing roller derby. She's like, she
Hangs out in the arcade. For these teenagers.
That's right. She plays Space Invaders.
She goes to Round Table.
She hangs out at the mall.
She parks the car sometimes.
She gets angry at vending machines when they get stuck. And she rocks them back and forth until her pop chips fall out.
Just does so many things. Jesus.
And then
might
when she
just be in
gets the
love.
pop chips finally, she tastes it and says, so light.
Good God. So what else does she do?
She takes care of her parents. They're like,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
huge.
So
They're
she's
up
a
there
good
in age.
woman.
She's genuinely like a perfect human
That's
being.
a sign of a good. Is she really?
Yeah.
That's a red flag for me.
Really?
Somebody seems perfect. They got a trap door in their house with like weird shit in there. Have you ever stomped around on her floors?
Just knock for hot. Is this Wall hollow?
next time she's looking away, or she goes to the bathroom, just start pulling out books from the bookshelf.
Start tilting candlesticks. What does this head statue do?
Ooh, a secret room.
I was wondering why your bedroom looks like a castle.
No wonder I've been hearing violin music through the walls. Alright, now we're entering fucking the big game, the top 5.
The top 5. It's not easy to get in the top 5 of the Like an Adult top 15.
It's impressive, and let me tell you, it's really the best of the best.
And I want to, just while we're here at the top 5, this is the first annual Like an Adult top 15.
Never been done before.
Never, unprecedented.
Never been done before. Maybe you'll never do again.
And this is interesting for me because this episode is called Inky the Dark One.
Inky the Dark One.
And this is an episode of Just Me and Mike, bare bones.
This is back in the day, back with just the terrible twosome.
The terrible, that's what they called us.
Yeah, we're terrible at fucking.
That's what they talked about. And this clip is just, it speaks for itself, and it's one of my favorites.
It was so dark.
I listen to stuff like that sometimes, and it just puts me in a bad place, dude.
Oh, dude, that's where I need to go.
That's where you live.
That's where I thrive, dude.
You were merely, I was born in the darkness.
Yeah, dude, you merely just fucking adapted.
Yeah.
Not me.
I was born in the darkness.
They call me Inkheart.
They call me Inky.
like a menacing villain in a movie, like a demon or something.
They call me Inky the Man.
They're like, I'm going to steal your soul. I'm Inky.
Who am I? Oh, funny you should ask.
I'm going to rip you limb from limb and make you watch your mother's intestines be torn out, and you will curse my name, Inky.
4 letters. I-N-K-Y. Inky. I will be the venom of your nightmares.
When your legs and arms are attached to horses by chains and you are ripped apart limb from limb, you will see my face and remember my name.
For the end of time, before you ever pass on, all you will see is my face and hear my name.
Number 4, coming down real close to the wire here, almost at that number 1 spot, but not quite. Number 4, best clip from the fucking episode from this past year. It's from the episode Ford Family.
Yeah, we had comedian and radio host Tanner Chambers
from 92.9.
You could be right.
Froggy 92.9.
The way you're saying it now sounds wrong, even if it could be right, even if it is right.
7?
If you listen to Froggy in the mornings, though, you'll hear Tanner and his co-host every morning. Tanner and Amber, every single morning. And we had a great podcast with them here. We had a great conversation. And this clip was, I got to say, Mike, you had the line of the year maybe with this line. And it's a short clip, but you'll understand why when you get to it.
Talks about kind of living in your car.
I've lived in a car before.
It's not as bad as people say.
Yeah, I lived in a Dodge Neon.
The Dodge Neon?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so crazy.
Yeah. It was a 2003 Dodge Neon, and I lived in it. There was a time where my family didn't necessarily agree with the choices I made when I dropped out of school.
We're a Ford family.
Yeah. You get that ill wiring and get out of here.
First on race day. First on race day. So close yet so far. Number 3 spot of the top best moments of the Like Adult podcast.
We're in the top 3 now. This is the big
really
deal.
The best of the best.
This is another bare bones episode with just me and Mike.
Because we are the best of the best.
And I will say that the people who judged these these best moments were me and Mike, and so there's no question why this one also made it. But we listened back to it, and we actually expanded this clip because we listened to more of it, and we both agreed that this decided to be a
one of the all-time best episodes.
All-time
Just
best
congested
episodes.
as fuck, both of us.
And if you listen close, you don't even have to listen that close. You can hear me battling a vicious allergy attack.
Deadly sick. So check out the ultimate bad boy. Got you.
That's why I love going to bars and meeting people to steal their identities.
That is cool.
I look at people I think are really chill and cool, and I'm like, I want to be you. Not even for financial gain.
No.
Because they probably might have a worse financial situation than me.
Because those people are always cooler.
Yeah, because they always usually they they fucking don't save and spend a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's why they're so fucking cool.
Fucking awesome, dude.
They fly by the seat of their pants.
Yeah.
And I look at them from across the bar, and I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Do they have a
This
BMW?
person's cool,
They're gonna,
dude. Yeah.
The bank's going to tank back in 3 months? Fuck yeah, dude.
Driving their BMW to their fucking shack
Oh, yeah,
to
dude.
live in that they pay, that they can't afford either, that they're about to get evicted from. I want that identity.
That is so goddamn cool.
I just want your name.
Yeah.
I stole someone's identity just for the name.
I want your name. I want your life.
I want
your
to
corduroy pants.
feel your presence. I want to exude what you exude.
I want to go over to your mom's house for Thanksgiving.
I want to go over to your mom's house on any other weekend.
And then I'm going to go to your dad's house the next day for the second Thanksgiving.
Because your parents are divorced.
And that's super cool.
That's super cool. That's part of what makes you so cool.
Your separated parents. Yeah, dude. But those were definitely like the bad boys in like.
Remember, like in middle school, like the kid whose parents were getting divorced, and everyone's like, "Oh shit, he's going through shit. He's
fucking
brooding.
He is not only mysterious.
Yeah,
he's a little bit of a bad boy because it's his fault. Probably.
He's been a bad boy at home, causing his parents to split up and shit." The ultimate bad boys causing their parents to break up. Yeah, it's your fault, dude.
Dude, it's one of the side effects they don't talk about of being a bad boy.
Being so bad that even your parents can't stay together.
That's so fucking stupid.
I like it. You know, just so you know, this is what is something we stand on by this podcast. If your parents got divorced, it's your fault.
It's your fault, and it's super cool.
And it's also makes you fucking awesome.
It's so fucking awesome, dude.
Remember the girls whose parents are getting divorced, dude? Those fucking sluts.
A bunch of hookers, dude.
And that's why their parents got divorced too, is because it's hard to co-parent a slut like that. It's hard to
spaghetti straps.
Yeah,
Come on.
More than the width of my pinky. Not in my town.
Get out of here.
Nah, I'm leaving your mom.
Your skirt is 3 inches above the knee.
Oh, I have no choice but to go out for a pack of cigarettes and never come back.
Number 2 on the list.
Wow, we're here already.
It feels like it's gone by so quickly.
It's an honor to be in the top 15, I think. But top 2, you got
The top 2.
You got to take that home. You got to tell your parents about this one.
You take those to your adopted parents. You say, Brad and Shelly, look what we got here.
And number 2 is off the episode Andre the Contractor.
The Andre Contractor.
That's right. And we had our buddy Josh Argyle on the podcast. And when we were doing this episode, I thought to myself, this might be the best riff and the best episode that we've ever done. And this one specifically, we had to find and scrub through and to make sure it made it on the top. We knew it was going to make top 5. We got down to it. It's number 2.
It's hilarious, but it's also just so stupid. It's about a contractor who measures everything off of Andre the Giant.
The contractor who does really good work, but he's always like, yeah, so I put like 3 Andres to make the ceiling. And it's like 3 Andres long, 2 Andres high. And he's like, how does this work? And then he does good work.
Yeah, he does great work. Everything is Andres.
But everything's
just perfect measurements.
Hey, how fast your car? I know you about 400 Andres.
Imagine like Andre riding an Andre.
I feel like if you ask that dude, so like how like it give me in feet how big an Andre is, and he's like, I can't do that. An Andre's an Andre. Dude.
What do you mean feet?
It doesn't convert.
What do you mean feet? Like an Andre foot? Is that what you mean?
I could show you an Andre foot.
I'll give you an Andre foot. I can give you 2 Andre feet.
He travels with a big cutout of Andre the Giant. This is fucking Andre.
This is Andre. This is what I base my life off of right
now. With a carpenter pencil. How big you want to need this window? Well, you start at the clavicles, you go around to the belly button.
Why are so many pencil marks on it? Don't you fucking worry about that.
It's my Andre. I do Andre what I want to do to Andre.
Why is his mouth cut out?
I love him, okay?
That's the one part of Andre I couldn't stand. That fucking mouth is.
This is it. This is the moment. This is a big thing.
Are you nervous?
I am fucking. My dick is so small right now.
That's what happens when you get nervous.
I'm shivering. Shit's coming out of all orifices. I'm nervous.
You look sick.
I am sick.
Well, you know who should be excited is Cody Smith.
Cody Smith makes number 1.
Comes in at number 1. The second clip from this same episode that's made it in the top 15. It's the story.
It's an impressive showing from Cody Smith, I must say. So congratulations, Cody Smith, for making it on the list twice, but especially that top numero uno.
Making it number 1. This the story is called The Flaming Christmas Tree Special, and I think it's a longer clip, and I think it's worth it, and it speaks for itself. So enjoy number 1.
Enjoy number 1.
Yeah, so I went to the Netherlands, the red light district in Amsterdam, and at the time I wasn't like we had better weed here. So, like, the allure of smoking weed in Amsterdam wasn't that appealing to me.
Do I want better weed than there is here? Not really.
No, it was just kind of lame to me. I'm like, okay, cool, you can smoke in a coffee shop.
It wasn't that long ago?
No, I was 19.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so...
so it was only like 2 years ago.
No.
Yeah, I wish. You're so nice, dude.
Yeah, you're a nice guy, Chris.
With the glasses and the hat, dude, you could be 12 or 21, dude.
Really? I can go for...
I'm dyslexic. You just turn the 2 numbers around.
Yeah, so basically, we were in the red light district, and I don't know if you've ever been or seen it. It's just
I went to Reno once.
Same thing. No, there's basically like women just standing in windows, and like you just walk.
Are they bangers? Are they popping? Or are they like regular are they like cheap-looking prostitutes?
Shocking.
Really?
It's crazy.
Do they look like nice people? Because that's what I would pay for.
Do they have kind eyes?
Oh, dude, I just wanted to go in there and play Connect 4 with them. I didn't know they were going to... Yeah, so I want
to go in and establish a real love. Like, I would feel like I'd fall in love with a prostitute.
Yeah, dude?
I'd have to.
Easy.
Just
Easy to do.
I'd have to, yeah.
Easy to do. You seen Pretty Woman?
Yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Easy
it's
to do.
Doable, yeah. I'm not that rich, though. It'd be hard to do as a poor man. Be like, I'm going to take you under my wing, but you're going to have to pay for everything.
I fall in love with just people I see on the street.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, dude, that chick is banging. She fucking seems like a really nice person. Steady job.
I'm in love with her.
I'm in love with her.
You know what I love more than seeing like a nice pair of tits or a nice ass walking down the street is like a girl who's walking down the street who's like, I can tell you're genuinely a nice person. And that is fucking awesome. Yeah. And I love that.
I bet you talk to your grandparents all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you stay in touch with old people around you.
So
I bet you visit your grandparents regularly.
Yeah.
Red light district.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Just a chick walking down the street with a tale of two cities between her arms. That's what I like. A good, wholesome woman. Yeah, but anyway, I remember I was a little apprehensive at the notion of just paying for sex at 19, but I was like, you know what? If I'm going to do this, I'm going to have a 3-way.
Nice.
So I found...
That's what I would do, I think.
2 chicks that I wanted to go see, and then on my way to go visit them, 2 other ones beckoned me in.
Really?
And I was like, you know what? It's...
How'd they beckon you? What would they say?
They're like, hey, everybody kept calling me Blondie over there.
Blondie?
Hey, Blondie. Yeah, Blondie. So needless to say, I ended up in that one. And George Bush was in office at the time, so they kept giving
I
me
was gonna say George Bush was there too.
Yeah,
that would have been awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, you here to get sucked off too?
You got good presidential accents.
Dude, that's what I do, man. And George Bush is sitting in the corner.
Yeah.
Hey, you're here to have a threesome too? Yeah. So I went in there, and one thing led to another, and they were giving me shit about George Bush. They kept calling me Yankee. Like, there was clearly some contention in regards to me being an American.
That's pretty funny.
Fought him, dude. I love America.
Yeah. So anyway,
I won't take any disrespect from the stars and straps while I'm getting sucked off.
I think I paid them €50 a piece. Then they ended
What does that
up
translate to?
I think it was at the time. I don't know what the probably like $63.
Oh, that's nothing, dude.
Something like that. I don't know. I'm not up on current conversion.
Dude, I had to pay like $60 for a video game.
Yeah. That's hours of entertainment. This is like, how much did you get?
This is 4 minutes of entertainment.
4 minutes of entertainment.
So who's the real winner? I don't know.
I don't know. You got Red Dead Redemption. I got fucking Red Bump Redemption. Yeah, so anyway, basically they grabbed my wallet and stole more money from me. And I know we're short on time here, so I have to wrap up the story. No, we're good.
We can go long, too.
We're good. So basically, they got enough money from me that they deemed acceptable in order to have a threesome with me. So one of them was filleting me, and the other one was just like kind of kissing my neck. And I remember being like, why aren't you engaging in this activity as well? Like, this is not my idea of a threesome.
Well, if you're paying their salary, you can tell them what to do.
Well, I'm a chivalrous lad.
That's
Chris.
that's good.
Dude,
That's come on,
dude.
It's all consent, whatever they want to do. But anyway, I looked down, and one of them had this bottle, like a tiny little bottle, and she was spraying down my pubes. And I was like, hey,
what is this?
What the fuck is this?
Vodka.
Yeah. And she's like, relax, Yankee, it's disinfectant spray. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I don't know, I don't know the logistics behind it.
Turns out it was spray paint.
Yeah.
Were you wearing a condom or no?
Yeah, I was wearing a Jimmy for sure. I would hope.
I would never wear a condom for a blowjob. Ever. You'll never catch me wearing a condom with a blowjob, dude.
It's the only way I can get blowjobs.
It's fucking strapped up. Yeah, so anyway, I asked her what she was doing, and then lo and behold, I look down and she has a lighter.
Oh, shit.
And she takes it to my pubic region, and it went up in flames.
Was that what she wanted?
Whoa. And I don't know what sort of coven they were from, but somehow they were green flames. I don't know what the spray was or whatever.
Are you a witch?
Yeah. So I extinguished the flames and was like, what the fuck? And I got mad and I jumped up and was getting real angry. And I'm like, what did you just do? And they were cackling. They thought it was the funniest thing.
God.
They were like, we just gave you the flaming Christmas tree special.
Oh my God. What?
And I was like, what? And I was pissed.
Dude,
like, I was livid. And like, they could tell I was heated to the point where like,
you were about to leave.
Oh no, dude! I was about to break something. So they
really?
like yelled to somebody in the back room, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm not trying to get killed. I've seen Hostel. All right, I know how this goes."
Yeah.
So I left, and then I get out onto the streets, and I was a young 19-year-old male full of testosterone, and I'm getting very angry.
Yeah.
And like I'm starting to like pick fights with people as they walk by, just like I was pissed.
Hell yeah.
And my buddies came up to me, and they're like, "You need to calm down, or we're gonna leave you here." And I'm like, you guys do not have my back. Like, this is bullshit. So my plan was to just kick the window. I was gonna break it.
Shit.
Just kick it.
How drunk were you? Drunk?
No.
You were
I was
sober.
Sober
going into the
I
red
mean,
light
sober-ish.
district?
I was not.
You were drunk.
By no means. I was not
drunk on the anger of
was
almost having a threesome.
Yeah. So I was gonna kick the window in, and then
Is that what they do to get rid of pubes? Did it get rid of your pubes?
Hold on, you're gonna.
Okay, yeah. I'm so
don't
sorry.
ruin the
I'm
story.
I'm so
Chris.
sorry.
So I don't know how it happened, but the guy at the hostel that we were staying at basically convinced us to go make a police report, which in retrospect was the stupidest thing I could have ever done. Yeah. So like I ended up at the police station, no joke, and I tell the lady at the front counter, and she's just like like she can barely keep her laughter in.
God.
So she was like, okay, hold on. So she goes into the back of the police department, and I can just hear an uproar of laughter in the back room. And I'm just like, God damn it, why the fuck am I here? Yeah. So I'm sitting like in the lobby, and then this very disheveled, like movie-looking detective comes out. Like his hair is messy, his tie's undone, and he's like, hey, which one of you got your pubes on fire? And I was like, me, sir. And then he's like, come with me. And he brings me into the back room. This is not an exaggeration. This is not a stretch of the truth. This is all, unfortunately, this is all true. He brings me into an interrogation room, you know, with like a two-way mirror.
Yeah.
And he looks at me and he's like, all right, show me where they burnt you. So I drop trow just enough to show him pubes. And he looks up at me. He gets really close and starts smelling. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening here? And then he looks up at me and he goes, you can go all the way down. And I was like, excuse me? He's like, your pants. You can go all the way down with them. What the fuck? And I was like, sir, they didn't burn me all the way down. Like I'm not going to pull my... This is a male police officer, mind you. Yeah. And I was like, sir, with all due... Like, I don't know what sort of investigation you're conducting here, but I'm not about this.
I am so hard right now. Continue.
So I pulled up my pants.
This is a dream come true for me.
And I walk out of the interrogation
from top
room.
to bottom. This is exactly what I've wanted from a vacation.
Looking back at it, what I can only guess was going on, and I've thought about this a lot over the years. Yeah. What I think was going on was everybody in the police department was on the other end of that two-way mirror.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
laughing their asses off.
Yeah.
So I storm out of the police department. I'm like, fuck this. I'm breaking that window.
Hell yeah.
Like I'm getting my revenge. And then these two bike cops followed me, and they're like, calm down, calm down. We'll go take a report. And then they go back to the horse had stole my sweater. Somehow I left a sweater in there, and they're like, we'll get your stuff back, da-da-da-da-da. So they go into the thing and take an investigation, you know, a report, getting sucked off, getting freebies on the job probably.
Have you nutted yet since the beginning? This is still not.
Hell no, I'm full nut.
And that's why you're so angry,
didn't even
dude.
rub you off?
The detective did not finish me off.
Oh, he wanted to, but this prude refused to drop his trousers more than he was supposed to.
He could have finally gotten sucked off.
That disheveled detective could have given you a disheveled blowjob, dude.
Yeah, so basically the two cops, they go into the whorehouse and they come back and they read their field notes, and they're like, it says here that you entered the the brothel and proceeded to pay an extra €30 to receive the flaming Christmas tree special. Jesus. And then his partner couldn't even contain the laughter when they got it. And I'm just like, fuck you guys, fuck this country. Like, I hope you guys get bombed. Like, I'll never go back to the Netherlands.
That's top fucking 15.
Wow, I know.
Top 15. Congratulations to everyone who's been on the podcast.
Yeah, shouts out to everybody who's been on
list.
it.
Made
the
list
enough. Mostly.
Yeah. Thank you for everyone who's good enough to make it on the fucking list. Everyone else,
maybe next year.
You're nothing.
Maybe next year.
No, they don't get a second chance.
Oh, if you didn't make the top 15, by the way, you're not getting on this podcast next year. No. Well, we'll be coming out with new episodes every week like we do.
Thank you so much for listening for this past year and years previous.
Yeah, thanks a lot for listening and for subscribing, for everybody who's shown love to the podcast, for sharing it, telling their friends about it, rating us 5 stars on iTunes and a SoundCloud, doing whatever you can do to help us out. We really appreciate it. We really notice it when it happens, so thank you guys very much for that.
I might cry.
I am crying.